John, if you were to characterize the problems that someone concerned with the legal environment or the cybersecurity operations environment are facing, how would you enumerate those problems?
I guess I would say, in terms of my worries, in terms of my concerns for my clients, and sort of more broadly, I would say what keeps me up at night are black swans, which are unexpected negative events. This is from from economics and from the 2008 crash, which supposedly nobody saw coming, which some people did see coming. But the concept of a black swan is that you're working with an operational definition. For example, all swans are white. And this came from actual exploration in natural history. It turns out when Europeans came to Australia that there are swans there that are black. And this was unexpected, and it violated your definition, and nobody would have predicted that you could have found a black swan. If you don't know what's out there, if your information base is too limited, then you're not going to anticipate events. There are some events that are always going to be unexpected. You can't, the world being, the universe being the way it is, you can't anticipate everything. But if you can do your due diligence, do your network audits, do your organizational audits, analyze the information you've got, do your risk assessments, what you're doing is you're expanding the universe of what you know. And that means you get fewer and fewer black swans. If your organization has an event that your organization never saw coming, but that other organizations have seen coming and have done something about, then your organization's probably going to be liable. For example, ransomware these days. If you're not ready to respond, if you don't even understand what ransomware is, but your organization runs a large, complex network, you won't be prepared to respond when somebody does click that link that downloads malicious software. You won't isolate your workstation fast enough. People won't not understand what they're seeing, and you'll have hundreds of thousands of encrypted files. And at this point in history, that's not, or ought not to be, a black swan. It isn't generally. So you need to be doing due diligence to keep track of the vulnerabilities and threats that are being identified out there, to adapt your organization to be ready to address them, however that is, and to be ready to respond to the fallout. And to understand that sometimes you're going to have events that are, hopefully not often, are very bad, which in all fairness could not have been prevented with the current state of knowledge. A 0-day event. Okay, literally nobody saw that coming. Fortunately, there are a lot of people working on those, but unfortunately, there are a lot of opportunities to exploit vulnerabilities in our systems and create those. So that's, the kind of the concept of the black swan is working with the knowledge that you've got and the probabilities of events occurring, and then understanding that you need to engage in due diligence to prevent, solve your vulnerabilities, avoid the threats or mitigate the threats, and then be ready to respond when the bad thing happens, because a bad thing will happen. That's guaranteed. That's not a black swan. Somebody's going to get into your system, or an insider will do something horrible.